Some luxury sedans show up and whisper, and some show up with a supercharger that says, let's have a lot of fun. And this vehicle definitely performs. This is the 2026 Genesis G90 e-Supercharged Black Edition. And it's really good looking, and you'll be very impressed. We're going to take it for a test drive in the end. We'll talk about the price. We'll also talk about the competitors and some of the unique features of this vehicle that we saw originally in Korea, and now they're bringing it here to the US. And I think they're going to have a lot of success with it. The 2026 Genesis G90 e-Supercharged is the flagship that mixes 5-star comfort with a little unexpected attitude. Big power, big style, and big luxury. There are 3 different trim levels: the base, the e-Supercharged, and the e-Supercharged Black. And that means everything's blacked out. The window trim, all the logos, the Genesis logo, all the trim, all the detail, and the 2-stripe headlights, which denote Genesis's brand. And this is something you don't see with the other brands. They all start to look the same. Genesis is one of the few brands that stands out in the crowd by making a different looking vehicle, putting little signature things on it. I recently covered on my Car Coach Reports channel that cars have gotten all the same. Genesis is one of the exceptions. Under the hood, there are 2 engine choices. The 3.5-liter V6 base engine with 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. That's not bad, but this e-Supercharged is 409 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque. It is turbocharged and e-Supercharged. It is quite an impressive vehicle. Both engines are backed up by an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 time is 5.1 seconds on the e-Supercharged, which also gets 21 miles to the gallon combined and does require premium fuel. All-wheel drive is standard on the complete lineup, as well as air suspension. One of the unique features of this Black Edition is the black wheels, 21-inch alloy wheels with a very unique design. They're riding on all-season tires, and of course the 2 stripes along the side, which denote that this vehicle is a Genesis. And it's also, when you put on your turn signals, they'll flash so that people next to you know that you're about to make a left or a right turn. In addition, you've got gloss black trim all the way around these windows, which have privacy glass all the way around. Puddle lamps on your side mirrors, they have the Genesis logo as well, and soft closed doors, which I think is a very nice feature. They close pretty simple, and the door handles go flush as well. One of the things that makes the Genesis stand out in the crowd is that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. It also includes 3 years of scheduled maintenance, which many of the German cars do not. So do your research. The dealer might offer something, the factory might as well. But that concierge service, customers really like that. If you're a fan of the exterior of this vehicle, you'll be as big a fan of the interior of this vehicle. Napa leather seats that are quilted, they're heated, they're ventilated, and of course, massaging. There's also memory seat settings for 3 different people on the left side and on the right side as well. Here on the door, real wood Bang & Olufsen audio system, which is spectacular. Leather, nice grippy steering wheel, heated as well. Everything you would think of, but what the secret of this vehicle is, everything is blacked out. It's super cool. It's really classy. And I really love this modern design. Like I said, when we saw this in Korea, we told them, you've got to bring this to the US. Everything is black chrome. Everything is easy to use. You've got wireless charging. You've got USB-C charging. You have everything that you would need in this vehicle. This is truly the lap of luxury. If the front row impressed you, the executive seating in the second row is really impressive. So some of the things you're going to notice right away when you get in. Bang & Olufsen sound bar here right above you. There are mirrors, much like that you would see in a high-end luxury chauffeured vehicle. It's lit, of course. There's pull bars to get you out of the vehicle. There's even your own glass roof with your own separate sunshade. In front of you, you've got pockets, beautiful wood, and of course, polished black. And in the doors, you've got the continuation of the ambient lighting, beautiful real wood, Bang & Olufsen audio. You've got settings on the door for heated, ventilated, massage, and of course, full reclining on the passenger side if you don't want to drive, but to be driven. In addition, you can fold up the center console, but honestly, I'd rather see it folded down. All of your settings are here in your own screen. You have your own home button, your own music button, and wireless charging in the second row. Again, some of the features that the Germans don't even offer. In addition, more storage here, which is really nice. And of course, a pass-through, which is what the Germans offer as well, because it's designed for skis. Now, if you really want to think about how much fun it would be, imagine if you were a kid being dropped off at school and your mom drove you in this. That would be really cool. One little detail to note is these seats, of course, recline too. So if you got to put a child safety seat back here, this is the way to travel. Coming around to the back, I love this coupe design. Kind of wish there was a spoiler, a wing of some type. And then, of course, to get in the trunk, press that button across the all black rear end, and you've got 12 cubic feet of storage. It's not a lot, but you will note that if you buy the e-Supercharged version, you're gonna have about 2 less cubic feet than those of the base engine. Just something to note, that 2 cubic feet may not make a difference. I personally would rather have the performance than the storage. You'll note that G90 logo and the Genesis logo are all blacked out, even the tailpipes, which are the shape of the Genesis logo. When you get in the vehicle, I had to show you this. The vehicle's running. I had to get a few things so we can record. I put my foot on the brake and the door closes. The only other vehicle I've seen that does that is a Rolls-Royce Spectre. This tells me immediately that there's an elevation of luxury and technology in this vehicle. Going into reverse, you can see this very large vehicle, which is substantially bigger than my daily driver, which is a Porsche Cayenne. It's a lot bigger. It takes up the whole garage. You can't have anything in front. But that's okay when you're buying a large sedan like this. Typically, look at that. There's a trailer behind me. It's showing that where I am. So because this vehicle has rear wheel steer, which you have to say slowly because it's a tongue twister, it makes this gigantic vehicle feel a lot smaller. And you can see on the backup camera here that it shows the rear wheel steering to make this vehicle turn easier. When you have a vehicle this size, in my opinion, you should promote that as one of the top features in a vehicle like this because not all the competitors have that. One of my favorite features of the Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia lineup, blind spot camera. I can see where the curb is. We're in snowy Buffalo. It's easy to hit a curb. It's easy to do damage to your vehicle in the winter. And this is one of those things that gives you confidence. Many people purchase this vehicle, these types of vehicles and this brand of vehicle because of the blind spot cameras. I have a few friends who were in German cars, and that was the first thing they did. When they saw that blind spot camera, they said, that's it, I want it. I'm like, you have to test drive it. And so we're taking this for a test drive. Really nice features when you get in, besides this beautiful ambient lighting. This is a very special car because I saw this vehicle when we were in Korea, and a bunch of journalists that were there on this event, because we had an opportunity to go to the Korean Auto Show, was to see this black edition vehicle. And I said, along with a couple of the other journalists, wow, you have to bring that here to the US. It's going to sell because you've got BMW and Audi and Mercedes all doing the same thing, but they've taken this a whole new step farther. Besides the customizable ambient light, which they put my favorite color in, purple, so I'm going to leave it, we have a head-up display that is large. It has all the information I need, including traffic sign recognition. This is everything you'd want in a luxury car is going to be in this vehicle. You've got two 12.3-inch screens. One of the things is a customizable digital cluster. So you can adjust what you want in front of you. Do you want the safety features? Do you want your drive power distribution? Do you want navigation? I'm just going to leave it here. You can do other things within that as well. Everything in this car is pure luxury, really, really premium. And this is where the Genesis truly shines, because for the value, this car crushes the German cars, because you're getting all the technology without paying up for it. You're getting all the safety without paying up for it. This thing has every safety feature you can imagine, including safety features that the Germans don't have. This does have a lot of German influence. The head designer is still Korean. Many of the product planners, many of the designers, suspension, handling, all of that are people that used to work for German brands. So they're bringing that technology in, and the Koreans said, make this the best car you can. And that's exactly what they've done. Now, everything is blacked out in this car because this is the black edition, which I am totally in love with. I don't need a large luxury sedan, but this is really going head to head with S-Class, with the BMW, with the Audis, and they should be very concerned. And I've said this before in Genesis product, they really know how to build cars, And people that drive these vehicles are proud to do so. One of the things, of course, is that logo that looks like a Bentley, so people think they're driving a Bentley. You're getting a lot of value compared to a Bentley, which is a lot more expensive, probably close to twice by the time you customize it. Everything here is soft touch. Everything here is real leather, real wood, top of the line Bang & Olufsen audio system. 23 speakers, standard is 15. Again, blacked out everything, all the details, black chrome on all of the levers. Everything is the same as it would be if you didn't go with the black. You don't like black? Don't worry about it. They've got other colors. And that's one of the features that I think really, really shines. These seats are, of course, massage, heated, vented. There is so much in this vehicle, including changing the scents if you want. Everything that you would find in a German car, but again, at the fraction of the price. 2 cup holders with a cover over the top. I had to bring my Monster with me. A little energy needed. This thing's got a lot of power, but a little more energy is always good. Shifter, black chrome as well. Your multimedia interface dial, black chrome as well. Everything that's on this has the black background. Yeah, you can change some of that, but this is such a cool car. It has everything you would want. I'm not even gonna go through all the different settings because if you've ever driven a Genesis, you know this is part of it. You can change all your settings easily in your center screen. You can turn that vehicle around. It is your vehicle. The one thing I'd like to see on the exterior, and I was talking to a couple friends who were just blown away by this car, they'd love to see an option with a wing on the back. Not a big wing, maybe just a little spoiler on the back. That would be kind of cool. And maybe offer it with a performance package. But guess what? They're gonna do that. It's called the Magma and it's coming. We've seen some of the vehicles. We have not seen all of them. The only one that's been shown to the public is the GV60, which is an all-electric compact SUV. It's available in a Magma. I want to see a gasoline-powered or an e-Supercharged like this available that way as well. All the settings you can see inside. This is your car. It makes it easy for you to set up everything from the head-up display to the cluster to the seats, whatever you want. You don't want to use any of that, that's fine. All your settings are here. And I said, I can go deep into all of these, but I think once you experience it, you're going to see the difference with the real wood materials. Wireless charging back here. You can open and close the front and rear doors with a button in case you are being a chauffeur to someone or someone who's elderly who needs help, someone who's disabled who could use the assistant, dropping off your child at school. All of the above, having the ability to open that rear door is just a nice little touch, and it's also very luxurious. And I do love the soft closed doors. Plus, I like the fact that you put your foot on the brake and the door closes. It's a Rolls-Royce Spectre detail that you would never think would be in a Genesis, but it is. And I think those are really critical factors. You've got your heated and vented seats, of course, 3-stage. You've got a gigantic split glove box, and they gave me an additional scent if I wish to change the scents. I'm not really into the scents in the cars. Personally, I'd rather not. But if you like to have vanilla or sage or, I don't know, pick something, I guess you could probably order a holiday scent if that is your thing. But to each his own. In the meantime, you have all the settings for the front and rear seats. All of that, again, is in your screen here. Go all the way over to seats. You can rearrange these too. And it allows you to adjust the front and rear seats. You've got screens you can put up and back if you don't want anyone to see who's in the second row in case you feel like you're driving a celebrity. Although what I have noticed, I've been in LA a lot lately, and they're using these Genesis G90s instead of what they used to use, Lincolns and so forth and sedans. SUVs are fine, but sometimes just a nice car ride like this, you can't get it anywhere else. I definitely like that. There are drive modes, and also you see the gauges in front of you change. There is Eco in green, Comfort in blue, or it's kind of a blackish tinge to match the car, and red for sport, and you feel everything change. Now, if you hold down the drive mode button, most people won't use it, you get the chauffeur's mode, in case you want to chauffeur your children around, or a friend. It's always a nice little feature to have. I like the sport mode. Put your foot in this 409 horsepower, the bolsters of the seat, squeeze in to hold your body there in place. It's nice, a lot of torque. And I think that's where the supercharged, turbocharged combination, which you in the past would be unheard of, is put together. And that's why this e-hybrid, this electrified, or they're calling it e-supercharged, everyone's got their own name. And what that's doing is giving you the power when you need it. So there's no lag. You used to have lag in all these cars. You put your foot in the gas and you'd wait for it to pick up. those days are gone when they electrify, because what it's doing is something like a product called a pedal commander, which does essentially the same thing. It changes the mapping on the pedal, so when you put your foot in it, you're going to get instant response. And that's what customers want. They want to be able to drive the vehicle, whether you want to drive it in a sport mode. Good pickup. Just super nice handling. I'm just fine in eco. I just want to drive around. The seat bolsters back off. Everything is normal. In comfort, that does not change the seat bolsters. What that does is it changes the dynamics in the shocks, and of course the shift points. You're going to get comfort and maybe a little less fuel economy. So one of the things about the rear wheel steer is it makes the vehicle feel substantially smaller, which means you, look at that tight turning radius. Holy moly. That is impressive, and you can get into any parking spot. You can get it into your garage easier, and that's a plus when you have a vehicle of this size. But overall, handling, brakes, performance, technology, super comfortable seats, real leather, 2 glass roofs, an Alcantara headliner. Every single detail in this vehicle is special. It's unique. And I have to say, I truly enjoy driving this car. Every once in a while, I get a vehicle I don't want to return. I don't need a vehicle this big, but boy, wouldn't it be nice to have a vehicle this big? And the price, we're going to talk about that next, is where it shines. Compared to the competitors, there is really no negatives. There's a lot of positives about this vehicle, but it's hard to find a negative when you reach any of the competitors in this category. There's just like, they fixed every little nugget that drives you crazy about what you're driving now or what you have been driven in the past. And we've driven everything. All of our reviews are on Car Smarts, all of our automotive news, and there's plenty of it coming out, including what's going on in the world, is on Car Coach Reports. And don't forget to check out our radio show, The Drive. It's syndicated across the country, and you can always listen to it on YouTube and watch it there as well. Let's check out the prices and some of the competitors. Although there are very few competitors when it comes to the Genesis G90, it's obviously the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The Audi A8 and the BMW 7 Series are direct competitors. They offer a lot of options, a lot of safety, although the price is much higher, so you're getting your best value here with the Genesis G90. Prices start at $92,000. Our test vehicle, fully loaded, the way you see it, is $107,895. That's pretty impressive, and this little bit of spark and all of this luxury, in my opinion, makes the Genesis G90 the top luxury sedan. If you have any additional questions, put them down in the comments below. There's more details in the description, as well as all my social media. And if you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm LaurenFix. Thanks so much for watching.